Sensational video there of a Madhya Pradesh police official pumping bullets into bodies of men lying on the ground. Javed Anand is General Secretary of Muslims for Secular Democracy. He joins me on the broadcast. Vikram Singh is former Director General of Uttar Pradesh Police, but a man who's worked extensively on the Students Islamic Movement of India and their terror activities across the country. He also joins us on the broadcast. Mr. Vikram Singh, I'd like to come to you first and understand from you. There is this video, sir, that indicates that a policeman is firing bullets into bodies on ground. Why should then this question not be asked, was this a fake encounter?
Very true, Mr. Rahul. No police force in India or in the world can accept fake encounters. There has to be zero tolerance to such malpractices. For too long have the police suffered the indignation of being leveled as butchers. Therefore, today, even if there is a hint of any foul play, it has to be investigated at the highest quarters so that the truth may emerge. Agreed that the 8 SIMI terrorists were neutralized, but they have to be neutralized within the ambit of law, not in any fake encounter. And what this video says, this needs to be put across to a test, and all the necessary requisites will have to be examined by the NIA, and I dare say the CBI too, if they are invoked also to investigate the veracity and who is this officer or this soldier or this constable who is pumping bullets into a person supposedly alive or dead or whatever be his condition. But it is totally uncalled for. From my experience, I can tell you that there are some unscrupulous elements who pump bullets into in such situations so that they create a ballistic evidence for themselves that they also ran, they also fired, and then can be a part of the out-of-turn promotions or the medals that follow after such encounters. But this is a malpractice, and anybody who has done this needs to be punished most severely.
Absolutely. And Javed Anand, the fact that these people were terror suspects, they escaped from prison, they killed a policeman on duty when they escaped, that does not take away from the fact that they should have been arrested and brought to justice. Your take on this video, sir?
No, precisely the point, Gaurav, to the very many questions that the video has raised is the question of should not the security agencies, the police, the ATS officers, etc., done everything possible to ensure that even if these terrorists, let us assume that they were deadly terrorists, that at least one of them was alive, so the country would come to know through a proper investigation as to how they got out of that prison. Did they use utensils, knife, plate and spoons to slit the throat of a guard? How did they manage to get out? Did they have people behind him? Instead of that, all of them are shot down, gunned down. I mean, if there's one lesson we learned from 2008 terror attack on Mumbai, the fact that Ajmal Kasab was alive, and fortunately our security forces were able to nab him,
yes,
created the whole kind of link for us, and that proved to be a very critical piece of evidence. Now, here we are not even talking about the deadly terrain, we are not talking about hills, we are not talking about inaccessible areas, we are talking about a village, where why 8 of them are all together in one place itself raises question, and the fact that not one of them is alive.
And the fact that the Madhya Pradesh police and the Madhya Pradesh Home Minister, the Chief Minister, none of them taking questions on this, Mr. Vikram Singh. I spoke to the Home Minister, he didn't have details. I spoke to the Prisons Minister, she did not have details. The police officers, they just gave their side of the story, and very contradictory statements coming from the police. The ATS said no weapons, IG Bhopal said they had weapons, they were fired, they fired at the police, but no weapons can be seen except a knife, and that too wrapped in a plastic packet. There is something that doesn't meet the eye.
Mr. Gaurav Samant, very correct. These disconcerting questions will have to be addressed and answered. And I would rather that the Director General of Police, Madhya Pradesh, should come out and brief the press, and especially this video. These questions, howsoever uncomfortable they may be to the police, they have to be addressed and answered. If you are serious about the credibility of the Madhya Pradesh police, because these are disconcerting questions. Presuming that the video, whatever be the quality or the pedigree of the video, these questions will have now to be answered by no other than the Director General of the Police Madhya Pradesh, and they should come out with the answers. Whatever it is, they should at least come out with the fact that they will have an in-house investigation. Within 72 hours, they'll come out with the truth. And if there has been anything that is illegitimate, illegal, they will be on those who have orchestrated anything that is not within the framework of law.
Because when you look at this video, and this video changes the entire dynamics of the narrative since morning, what the prisons minister said, what the home minister said, what police officers were saying. One, there were contradictory statements that were coming from there, and now even when they talk of a weapon in this video, there is an audio of a policeman who's not in the frame. He says, "Hathyar kahan hai?" And one man walks up and whips out a knife, more like a meat cleaver or something, and it is wrapped in a plastic, wrapping. So this just goes on to indicate that they're trying to piece together a story, that the video, Mr. Javed Anand, just completely blows apart the theory or the story that the police were cooking up.
Absolutely. One of the reports I read about an hour back also said that also found on the person of these 8 suspects or alleged terrorists who were shot down was dates and other food material. Now, where did they get this dates and food material from? How come in the top security prison in Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal, there were only 2 security guards? One who was killed supposedly using a plate, a steel plate and fork, sharpened steel plate and fork, and they also managed to get food out from there. Then they get out. What kind of security is this? And earlier, some time back, I heard on your channel a minister saying that this proves how security conscious the present government is in Delhi, as in Madhya Pradesh, and the country can rest assured and feel very secure. This does not add up to that at all. I mean, the whole thing stinks from a mile.
It stinks from a mile, but just a statement from the DGP, Mr. Vikram Singh, or will this now require a judicial intervention, a judicial investigation? The NIA, of course, that is what Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said, that the NIA will investigate all aspects, whether it's release of these, the escape of these people from prison, or the fact that there was an encounter. An NIA probe or a judicial probe, sir?
Now this video, Mr. Gaurav, has put a huge question mark on the whole episode and the theory and the proposition of the encounter. And you have to come out absolutely clean. You must not only seem to be on the right side of law, must appear to be on the right side of law. And to that extent, a judicial inquiry would also be in place. Let the NIA investigate the encounter. Let the CBI, if need be, investigate the encounter too. And the judicial inquiry is a must in the backdrop of what this video has to show.
And the fact now that ever since this video has come out, not one officer of the Madhya Pradesh police is willing to come forward, Javed Anand, and speak to India Today about this video. Not one minister is willing to come forward and talk to us after this video. You know what Bhupendra Singh, the State Home Minister, is telling India Today is that these were dreaded terrorists. They may well have been dreaded terrorists, but dreaded terrorists who may even have escaped from jail in the past, like some of them did in 2013. But it's for the law to punish them. It's for the judiciary to punish them, not for the Madhya Pradesh police, Mr. Javed Anand.
Very true.
Absolutely, Gaurav. Sometimes silences speak louder than words, and this obviously seems to be one such occasion. Because those people who are kind of congratulating themselves and congratulating the government of Madhya Pradesh right down to Delhi are now kind of not coming before the camera, not making an appearance. It itself is a story. It's a story by itself.
And we are not saying whether this encounter is fake or genuine. That's a matter for investigation, Mr. Vikram Singh.
DGP from UP.
Genuine, yes, you're not.
So either way, it's for investigations. Absolutely. But now this will require an investigation. And Mr. Vikram Singh, what is extremely worrisome at this point of time, this will actually weaken that war on terror if this is a fake encounter.
Unfortunately, Mr. Gaurav, this is exactly the gospel truth, that it will weaken the war against terror. Anything that erodes our credibility, anything that questions our sense of fair play, anything that questions that we will not resort to anything that is illegal, inappropriate or immoral, indeed is a very serious blow to our war against terrorism. And in this case too, I see no reason why the DGP cannot come up, give the facts that the case will be registered. On the basis of this video, another case will be registered alleging a fake encounter, and it will be expeditiously investigated, and which is the moral duty of any police force or the leader of the police force, to come out with the truth. You cannot just obstruct it. Now they have to come out, and a case has to be registered, a fresh case, in the backdrop of the video that you have just telecast.
Absolutely, sir. We will continue to talk about this. This is a cause for serious concern. These suspected terrorists had very serious cases against them. Some of them were hardcore suspected terrorists involved in very, very heinous crimes, including prison break, including assault, including attack on police officials, including the death of police officials, including one last night. But it is for the law to punish them and not for the police to punish them. Should there be more clarity on this video? India Today is not weighing in either side on this video. We will tell you much more about this on the images of that encounter that took place on the outskirts of Bhopal this morning. Look at these images. That is a police officer in Madhya Pradesh. There are some bodies lying on the ground. He appears to be firing into those bodies. Now, are these people alive or dead? India Today cannot tell you for sure. And that is the image of another police officer who comes, takes out a weapon, some kind of a sharp-edged weapon, which is kept inside the body, which is on the body, inside the trousers of that person on the ground, and then keeps it to the side of that body. The Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Bhupendra Singh, let's quickly listen into him. So that's the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh saying that these were dreaded terrorists killed in a genuine encounter. That is what he's claiming. He's saying that some officials did hold a briefing in the past, but they did not have access to full set of information at that point of time. The Inspector General of Bhopal will do a detailed briefing in the evening, and all facts will emerge. The National Investigation Agency will investigate all aspects of this case, from the jailbreak to the encounter.